Good morning from Little Creek Bee Ranch. We've got some quick tips for you. It's fall time, October 26, 2015. It's cold outside, getting colder. Time to make a bunch of sugar blocks. A few tips here. We want foil pans. We want shallow foil pans, shallow lasagna foil pans. We'll lay some foil in to create a ridge in the middle. You can see a ridge. And we want to make 2 sugar blocks per pan. The bees don't need here in Oklahoma a big old giant candy board. We're not in North Dakota, so they get by with a simple block like this. They need to stay open air, not bagged, not in the refrigerator, not in the freezer. Open air where they don't get gummy and weepy and wet. No bagging and closing. Don't put them in a Ziploc bag and close them up. Trying to decrease your learning curve for you. Also, too, we need some hot pads. Just a simple scrap piece of lumber. Because the hot sugar going in the pan is super hot. I busted a glass table here. Just being in a hurry and not paying attention, and didn't have hot pads down. So wooden hot pads. We'll pour up 4 trays. That'll give us 8 blocks total. Over here in the pan, we've got 4 cups of water goes in first, and then 15 pounds of sugar. And we'll melt that up. It's not necessarily a fast process, but you got to stay focused on your work. When that temperature of that sugar gets to about 180, we'll add our pollen. This is a pint of pollen, and stir it in really good till it all breaks up. And then we'll add a pint of brood builder, little bits at a time, a quarter and then another quarter until it all gets in the pot. Stir it good because it's thick. Break up all the balls. We'll take the temperature gun and we'll shoot the temperature. You can get these little guns at Harbor Freight, something like that. 120. I don't like candy thermometers, a little messy. So it was 104, now it's 120. We'll run the temperature all the way up to 238, 240. And that's bubbling, boiling. You can't walk away. You got to stay focused on your work. You got to have covered-toed shoes, jeans, no hot sugar on your feet, please. That's dangerous. And you'll want to use hot pads. There's my hot pads. You want to use hot pads. Big old hot mitts when it comes time that you're going to pour up. All right. Let's see what else. The pollen the kernels will break up with the heat of the hot sugar. The brood builder powder's thick, so you're going to have to turn it in. The reason we give both is we want as much nutrition in the protein blocks as we can, and the bees tell us that we're right. And so I pay attention to what the bees like and what they want. Last year I did tests with white sugar blocks and the brown sugar blocks sitting right next to them. They completely rejected the white stuff. Didn't even want it. Had a lot left over. Consume these blocks quickly. The first block you give them, they'll eat in about 8 or 10 days, something like that, because they're nutritionally out of balance. The second one you give them, they'll eat about a month, something like that. And the third one ought to last into mid-April. So you can give them on a nice day when temperatures are over 50 or 55. You can give them a sugar block and they'll be all right. When you pour up the hot sugar, the little ridge in the middle will fold over. You try to balance it out. And I'll just take a fork and I'll just push it back into the center so I get even blocks. That's how we make our blocks. We sell them for $40 a piece with a spacer, $10 a piece. That's $50 to make sure that your bees stay alive. Up to you how important your bees are, but anytime we've had protein sugar blocks on the colonies, they are alive in April. Just something to say about nutritional balance coming into fall time. They are out of balance nutritionally when they come into fall time. That's why they consume these blocks so quickly. They'll devour these blocks, and you can put another one on. We'll start feeding them about December time, something like that. So I hope that helps. And we're cooking some venison stew at the same time, doing double duty, man. There you go. If you got questions or if I missed something you didn't understand, give me a shout. You're going to run the temperature up to 238. It's pretty hot. You're just going to turn off the stove. Just completely turn it off. Leave it sitting where it is and keep stirring until it stops boiling. And then you can pour up. All right. Have a good month. We'll see you. Bye-bye.